Gets a switch there. Steal from Moore the other way. Wide open layup. He gets the slam. Beat Spence again. Great dig by Ketchy. Keeps it alive. Watson tips it over. Gets the kill. Wildcats take this second set 25-20. Welcome into the Wildcat Center on the campus of Johnson Wales University in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina, as we are back inside for volleyball. Couple-week road trip here for volleyball, but they are back home and ready to take on Sandhills Community College tonight. Johnson Wales comes to this game with a record of 9-3. They swept the tri-match against MacU and Christendom up in Elizabeth City on Saturday, and then Sandhills comes into this game with a record of 7-8. They lost 3-1 to Richard Bland College on 9/18. So got a little special treat for you tonight. The furious one, Haley Franklin, co-captain of the 2018 USCAA National Champion volleyball team, is with us. Haley, first of all, welcome, and tell us what do you think we are in for tonight with Sandhills and Johnson Wales Part 2.
Thank you, Chuck. From last match, I can see that our middles got involved very well. I think we need to do that again and keep on going. We do need to block their middles. They got their middles heavily involved last game, specifically number 17, Carly Moglin, a freshman.
So we'll let Haley finish her thoughts here in just a moment. We're going to turn things over to our public address announcer, Chris Plano, to give us a special presentation tonight.
To the Wildcat Center gym. At this time, we'd like to make a very special presentation at center court with Johnson & Wales Athletic Director Trudy Lacey, as we are bringing out the 2018 USCAA National Championship Trophy. Our defending USCAA champion women volleyball team. Let's give a big hand for Coach Lacey and the volleyball team.
Thank you. We wanted to officially present the National Championship Trophy to our women's volleyball team to let you know how much we appreciate your effort and how well you have represented us, and all the work that you have put in, and we are so very proud of you. So we wanted to officially present you in front of our fans the National Championship Trophy. Also had a special little treat made for you for after the game. But let's again congratulate our USCAA Division II volleyball national champions. And also want to thank our coaches and their staff for all their hard work. And just before we take our pictures, hang on a second, Chris. Before we take our pictures, I'd like to have Coach Callie say a couple words.
Thank you, Coach. I just want to say how proud I am of this team for the work that they do on the court, off the court, in the community, in the classroom. They really are champions, and not just in the trophy sense. They are championship people. We play a heavy schedule throughout the year with opponents like Sandhills that you're getting ready to see that help make sure that we're battle tested when it comes time for championship season. So we appreciate them being here tonight, and we appreciate all of you here to cheer us on, and go Wildcats. So as the team takes their picture there, we'll get back to Haley's thoughts on
the first match of the season between these two teams. It was a 3-2 win for Johnson and Wales down in Pinehurst.
Play well and enjoy the cupcakes.
And Wildcats took the first 2 sets rather
Thank you,
easily.
Athletic Director Trudy Lacey. Let's give it up once again for our women's volleyball team, the presentation of the USCAA Division II National Championship Trophy. Congratulations, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats as we honor our country and the men and women who serve it with the playing of this evening's national anthem. And now for the starting lineup for tonight's women's volleyball match. First for the visiting Flyers of Sandhill. Wearing number 1, Southmore Stephanie Pages. Wearing number 2, freshman Willow Williams. Number 3, a freshman Morrigan Denman. Number 4, a freshman Mia Sanctenbaugh. Number 6, freshman Addison Campbell. Number 7, a freshman Karen Lowe. Number 8, a freshman, Khalil Jones. Number 9, a freshman, Kristen Klontz. Number 10, freshman, Alexis McCrimmon. Number 11, freshman, Elvira Hackney. Number 12, a freshman, Sarah Falk. Number 15, a freshman, Charlotte Herring. And number 17, a freshman, Carly Modlin. The Sandhill Flyers head coach, Elisa Riggin. She's assisted by Kristen Hilton and Jacob Marley. All right, Wildcat fans, let's get on your feet and greet your defending 2018 USCAA National Champions, your Johnson and Wales Wildcats. A freshman, Kennesaw, Georgia, wearing number 1, Natalie Carpenter. Senior, Waldorf, Maryland, number 2, team co-captain, Tanaya Scott. A freshman, Chardon, Ohio, number 3, Isabel Lemaster. Freshman, Paw Paw, Illinois, number 5, Riley Arose. Freshman, Maple Grove, Minnesota, number 6, Emily Arons. Southmore, Taylor, South Carolina, number 7, Demaya Scott. Junior, Spring Lake, North Carolina, team co-captain, number 8, Moana Reed. A Southmore, Branchville, South Carolina, number 11, Lenasia Felder. A freshman, Chesterfield, Virginia, number 12, Caitlin Jerriman. A junior, Swansea, South Carolina, number 13, Ayana Favor. A Southmore, Boone, North Carolina, number 16, Taylor Walker. And a senior, Gastonia, North Carolina, number 18, Tiana Eason. Your Wildcats are coached in her 10th season by Callie Phillips. She's assisted in her 7th season by Markeisha Claiborne. And the team manager is Hayden Miles. Ladies and gentlemen, your referees to the senior women's volleyball match.
All right, there you have it, the starting lineups for tonight's match between the Wildcats and the Flyers. Should be a good one. We'll turn things over to the voice of the Wildcats, Kelly Turner, for the call of tonight's action.
All right, welcome in, fans. Wildcats are in white on the right side of your screen. Sandhills Flyers are on the left side of your screen in gray. Both teams ready to break the huddle and get this one started. Again, we're welcoming in Furious Franklin here up in the booth with us. It's a tight broadcast booth today. We're crammed up in here.
There's not much space, you know, for national champions up here.
I know, man.
Feel like we got to put them up on a pedestal.
Kind of intimidated right now.
You should be.
So out on the floor for the Flyers, the starters, number 1, Stephanie Pages. Number 2, in the white libero jersey, Willow Williams. Number 8, Kaylee Jones. Number 9, Christian Klontz. And number 17, Carly Maiden. And for the Wildcats in the front row, team co-captain Tanaya Scott and the other co-captain Moana Reed, along with Iona Favor. And getting ready to serve this one up, number 11, in the black libero jersey, Lenasia Felder. Also out there, Emily Ahrens and Demaya Scott. Flyers get the first point off there.
Flyers come right out and go to Maudlin, who really hurt the Wildcats in games 3 and 4 up in Pinehurst, where they were able to shut her down in the deciding game number 5.
Back to serve for the Flyers is Lau. Up over the net, try to get a quick hand on that one. Wildcats with it now. Favor rises up, tips it up. Right at the nets, Klontz comes right back to her. She'll try again. One-handed stab, trying to get to it was Felder in Favor, and it falls to the floor for a Flyers point.
The Flyers are really going to move the Wildcats around, and we need to be able to pass the ball to our setter, Moana, so we can get our outsides and our middles involved and score some points here.
So quick start for the Flyers. They open up 2-0. Good hit from Scott in the back corner, forced Williams to get to that one. On the attack, good swing there from Klontz.
We got to get our block up. Shut that down.
Lau still to serve. Ahrens receives. Reed looks to set Favor off the block. Good dig by Williams. Flyers with it now. And it goes right by Ahrens for another Flyers kill. Sandhills is flying by the Wildcats here to start this first set.
Quick start from the visitors. Johnson Wales kind of shell-shocked a little bit.
They look for Tanai Scott. Short one pushed in the corner. And waiting for a call, and it did paint the corner there. Good placement. That one played middle by Scott. Short hopper for Tanaya Scott. Great dig there from Lau off the block. Another Flyers point. They're going to get a quick timeout from the Wildcats. Head coach Callie Phillips going to talk it over with their team. Sandhills Flyers lead 6-0 in this first set. We'll take the break with them.
So we're back here at this timeout, 6-0 Sandhills. Haley, what have you seen in this first 6 points for the Wildcats that they aren't being successful?
I have not seen much movement in our back row, Chuck, as well as not necessarily getting our blocks up like we need to be to put it back down on the opponent's court.
So Flyers still with the ball. It's Lau still back there to serve. They lead 6-0 in this first set. We thank you again for joining in on the Wildcat broadcast here today. Off the block, Wildcats get the point out of the timeout. Substitution for the Wildcats, number 16, Taylor Walker. Big Country checking in the game now to replace Aarons. She moves into the front row with Scott in favor. Moana Reed sends that one over. They look for Clontz. Quickly for Walker. Cross court, good kill there. Right at the net, good save on the set. Great job by Lau reaching back for that one. Perfect set and a great kill. Substitution in for the Flyers. Morgan Dedman checks in to replace Pages.
Maudlin likes those tight sets at the net. She was very successful with those in the first match. They've gone right back to it again here.
They go back to Walker. Woo! Big Country kill there.
Big swing for Walker. She's able to put it away.
I think they heard that one all the way back from Boone.
Saw Taylor's mom here tonight. She's obviously pleased with that one.
Gonna get Tanai Scott in the net. Either way, it was a good kill from the Flyers. They would have got that point either way. They now lead 8-3. Lee Williams now, the Sandhills libero, back to serve. Emily Oros in the game now for the Wildcats. Woo! Rise up, Demaya Scott.
Great pass by Oros. Perfect set from Reed, and Scott did the rest.
Two subs in for the Wildcats. Number 3, Isabel Lemaster moves into the front row. Back to serve now, Tiana Eason. Local county neighbor from Gastonia. And wow, good play to save that one, but the Wildcats get the point. It was great effort there from Williams.
So now the Wildcats have put Sandhills on the defensive and has resulted in a few points here.
And McCrimmon just had to play that one over. Wildcats with it now. Eason plays it up. And that was Alexis McCrimmon getting the kill there. Tanai Scott checks back in for the Wildcats. Denman, along with Falk, check in for the Flyers. Excuse me, that's Addison Campbell checking in, along with Sarah Falk. So Haley, what have you seen from the Wildcats coming out of that timeout?
I've seen some of our sophomores really step up and, make the plays that have been needed to be made. I still think we need to get that block up in the middle. Sandhills is going to their middles heavily. So just getting that and defending that.
That was a kill from Lemaster there. Put it in a great spot. No defenders there at all. Aarons checks back in for Walker. She'll be back to serve. And I think that was probably a miscommunication there. And it falls to the floor. Wildcats now within 2. Off the tape, great play from Williams. Still got to it in time. Denman plays it over. Lemaster tries again for the back line. A little too much on that one.
Well, Moana went to set that one, and then actually Moana backed right into Isabel's path. So Isabel had to kind of stop and just bump it over and send it a little long.
Stephanie Pages back in for the Flyers, back to serve.
Page is the only sophomore on the Sandhills roster.
On the attack, gets it through the block for the kill. That was Clontz that time.
That was a great touch on the block, but the Wildcats really need to run through to get those balls up.
Reed trying to catch him off guard. They're going to get Sandhills in the net.
Moana's pretty effective at that second ball over. Picked a good time for it there. Sandhills not ready for it.
On a favor back in. Demai Scott back to serve. Looking for that back corner. Finds Scott. That's Favor on the attack, and they're going to get another flyer in the net. That time it was Pages. So 2 freebies for the Wildcats. Back within 2 now. 11-9. Still early in this first set. If you're just tuning in, Wildcats are on the right side of your screen in white. Sandhills Flyers have just got that point there on the left side of your screen in gray. Maudlin back in, replaces Williams. McCrimmon back to serve now, left side of your screen. All the way to the back line, off the hands of Aarons. Scott and Reed both there to save it. Stepping back to get that one. Klontz able to play it over. Scott from back row. 50-50 ball. Reed and LeMaster there. Got a good rally going here. And a wild hit off the hands of Pages will give the Wildcats a point.
Thought there may have been a double hit on that last pass by Sandhills, but Wildcats get the point anyway.
Felder to serve. Klontz got to it that time. 2 Wildcats run into each other. Played over from Favor. They'll get the tip out of bounds. Wildcats point.
Boy, Favor took the full charge from Aarons.
Was it a block or a charge, Chuck?
Favor had the position established. It was clearly a charge.
And off the hands of Pages. We got a tie ball game here in this first set, 12 all.
So Wildcats
woken up now.
On a 12-6 run here. Tie this one up.
Tough angle, able to play it over. Favor rises up, gets the kill. Wildcats playing very well here.
Johnson Wales puts their nose in front for the first time tonight.
Short set, looking for that back corner. Felder has to play it. They look for Favor. And just have to play that one over. It was Falk. Short set for Scott. All right, in the hands of Campbell. Reed goes for the tip again. This time the Flyers are ready for it. All the way from the back row. Felder got to that one, and this hit from Scott gives the Flyers the point.
That was great coverage by Felder in that back corner. She was hustling and saw that one coming early, able to get over there. Wildcats can't convert it into the side out, but
Lau and Kaylee Jones just checked in for the Flyers. Lau back to serve. Scott just has to play it over. Quick block there. I don't think the Wildcats were expecting Maudlin to reach up that high. Sandhills back in front by 1. Tanai Scott on the attack. Williams is there. Favor on that one. Off the net, 50-50, put down quickly by Jones.
Jones kind of in the right place at the right time after that overpass from Reed. And I mean, that was tailor-made for the kill there.
Tell you one thing that really jumps out, the body language on both teams' benches. I mean, Sandhills Flyers, they are confident over there. And Wildcats trying to make some noise, but Flyers, they might be as loud as the whole crowd here today.
In my experience, typically the louder the team, the better off you do.
That is true. I kind of want to join in too. They got some good rhythm going over there. Reed with the tip, caught him off guard again. So she's got them 2 out of 3 times doing that. Taylor Walker back in. Reed will be back to serve. Short one for Maudlin. Sweet spot there. Perfect set. Denman checks in. It'll be Klontz back to serve. And good eye from Scott. That one just a little bit long. Oros checks in for Favor. She'll be back to serve. Good block there. A double block from Walker and Scott. Dug up from Reed, played back over immediately, high in the sky. Scott there. Felder plays it over. Right at the net, Scott there as well. And it falls just over the net on the Wildcats side. Tough ball to judge there.
Ball bounced right off the top of the net. Kind of don't know where it's going to go from that point.
Short serve. Great hustle from Felder. Scott, great attack there, but even better dig from Klontz. Felder from the back row. Reed sets. Demaya Scott. A lot of heat on that one. Off the hands, out of bounds.
That was a great swing by Scott.
Demaya definitely seems to have the best rhythm of any attacker so far tonight for Johnson and Wales.
Yeah, Demaya Scott and the limited time Taylor Walker's been in the game. She's put down a couple. Eason and Oros both there, couldn't get to it in time. Sandhills extend their lead to 2. Tonight, Scott back in. Folk checks in for Sandhills. She'll be back to serve. Excuse me, it's Campbell back to serve. Reed sets for Walker off the block, gets it right back. Scott keeps it in play, and LeMaster plays it over. Short one from McCrimmon. That one on the back line, that's in.
Sandhills is loving their middles right now. They're scoring a lot of points for them.
And short serve there. Not even going to graze the net. That's a freebie for the Wildcats.
So, Haley, what can the Wildcats do to combat the middle-heavy attack that Sandhills is running right now?
I really think just putting up a block. Typically, the Carly Maudlin has been hitting towards our left back. So, you know, just putting the block up on that left side of the court and blocking her.
That was a great dig from Scott. And the other Scott puts it down.
So the Scott combo gets the point there for the Wildcats.
It was the Scott and Scott law firm there. Tonight, Scott got the dig. Demaya Scott with the kill. Good looking swing there from Denman, just a little bit long.
Tell you what, the Wildcats definitely haven't played their best, but they're just kind of hanging around here as
it's
Coach
tied
Alicia Regan called a timeout. We'll take it with them. Be back in 1 minute. So back out of this timeout, 2020, Coach Riggin called that timeout for Sandhills, but then did not keep her team over at the bench for very long at all. They've been standing around for about 45 seconds of that minute 15 timeout. So she made her point short and to the point.
So Wildcats with the serve. That was Aaron's that time. Flyers with the ball now. Played over from Denman. It's been an entertaining one so far. Sandhills opened up hot. Went on a, I believe, 7-0 run? 6-0 run. Wildcats cut it back.
Actually took the lead briefly, Johnson & Wales did.
And they got the lead again right now after that kill, 21-20. And they get another freebie there on a long hit from Denman. Number 11, Area Hackney checks in for the Flyers. Seeing her first action here in this first set. Aaron remains back to serve. Falk on the attack, gets the kill. Good answer from the Flyers. Pages checks back in quickly for Hackney. She'll be back to serve. Short one received by Aarons. Tipped over from Scott. Good kill. That time McCrimmon ties it 22-all. Right at the net. Wildcats point. Kind of handcuffed Falk there. Fell right in her hands. Couldn't play it up.
That evened up the score from the one that got Tanaya earlier. The ball bounced off the top of the net. So the teams are even now after that one.
They go same thing to McCrimmon, this time just a little bit long.
Wildcats have game point. We're getting another timeout here from Coach Riggin. We'll take it with them. Be back in 1 minute.
All right, back here out of the timeout. Wildcats opportunity for set point. 24-22, Demias Scott back to serve, right side of your screen. Clontz on the attack, the block from Lemaster and Reed. Flyers get it right back again. Reed with the block. Wildcats take the first set, 25-22. We'll be back here in a short bit for the second set. Don't go anywhere.
We're back here ready for game number 2. Wildcats up 1-0 over Sandhills. Haley, from a Sandhills perspective, a young team led most of the way, ended up losing that set. What do they have to do to kind of start over here in this game number 2?
I still think come out swinging, come out with the confidence that they had at the beginning of the first set. I would say go to their middles. The middles have been making good plays for them as far as scoring. But from a Wildcat side, I really think we need to come out moving and swinging and making the plays that need to be made. Covering the back row is big, and I would say get the blocks up in the front, especially on the middles.
All right, there you have it. Flyers first serve here in the second set. Reed plays that one over. And back at it again is Maudlin, getting that kill. Like you said, Haley, middle of the floor. That's their sweet spot right now for the Flyers. So McCrimmon back to serve again. And they're going to get Reed with the double. That time, Scott was there. Favor rises up, played up by Jones. Trying to get to it was Reed and Aarons. That'll be a Flyers point. Wildcats kind of starting this second set just like they did the first set. Getting to it. Oh, wow. Reed, I didn't think she'd do it, but she did. What a save. I don't know how she got that one over. It's like off her elbow. Favor. Wow. Way up on that one. I want a Favor and Demaya Scott. Man, they got some hops. They got some hops.
Way to get the Wildcats on the scoreboard in style there with that kill from Favor.
Big Country Taylor Walker back in the game. Moana Reed now back to serve.
Everybody just kind of stood around for Sandhills on that one.
Same thing for the Wildcats. Nearly caught them off guard again. Tipped over. Great dig from Favor. Right at the net. Walker trying to put it back over. And it's Maudlin again right there for the Flyers.
I'll tell you what, Maudlin is a force to be reckoned with at the net for the Flyers.
I think you're right, Haley. Wildcats made that run at the end of the first game while Maudlin was on the bench.
And it's Tanaya Scott gets the kill that time. Oros checks in for Favor.
Tanaya Scott, a force to be reckoned with for the Wildcats on the other side, making her presence felt.
Clontz on the attack, right between Felder and Reed. Felder going one way, ball went the other. Hackney checks in. It'll be Denman back to serve, right side of your screen now for the Flyers. Wildcat fans, if you're tuning in, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn your notifications on, that way you know when we are live with your Wildcat athletes. Flyers get that point again. They lead early in the second set, 6-2. Quick one for Walker. Hackney. And that's a Wildcats point. And went around the antenna. LeMaster checks in for Felder. Easton back in as well, back to serve. Hackney got a piece of it. The Wildcats point. think she did the same thing she did last time, went behind the antenna again. It's hard to see from this angle up here, but get two head nods from Chuck and Haley.
It hit the net and the antenna both at the same time, so I think there's a little bit of confusion from the officials as well.
Walker on the attack. Gets the kill. So 2 freebies and the kill there from Walker. Gets the Wildcats back in this one. They're only down by 1 now, again, early in the second set. A lot of volleyball left to play. Miss hit there, that time from Jones. We're all tied up at 6. And we are going to get a timeout from the Flyers. We'll take it with them and be back in a minute.
So we're back here tied up at 6. Out of the timeout. Wildcats again, slow start, but it managed to tie this one up.
And that was Eason getting the ace.
Kayana seeing increased playing time here in her senior season with the Wildcats. Played some of her best volleyball at the national championship tournament last year.
Oh, a lot of heat on that one from Hackney. Too much heat, though, 'cause it's out of bounds. Wildcats now lead by 2. Denman checks in. Eason again, back to serve. Look for Pages, puts it down the line. I think that's what the Flyers were looking for immediately after their timeout. Weren't able to get to that in time because it was Eason putting up some good serves. So Williams sends that one over. My Scott. Wow, what a save. That was Klontz. Keeps it alive for the Flyers. Walker goes back to that corner, gets the kill.
Good awareness from Walker. She saw that back corner open and able to kind of change course and direct it over there. Works out for side out for Johnson and Wales.
Aarons checks in for Walker. She's back to serve. Reed sets to Maya Scott on the attack. Diving for it was Oros, but it falls to the floor for the Flyers point. Falk and Campbell set to check in for the Flyers. And it'll be Campbell back to serve. I got it right that time. I think I messed it up the past 2 times they came in. I got it right that time.
1 out of 3 ain't bad.
It's not bad.
That gets you in the Hall of Fame in baseball.
Yep. Good block, but even better save from Scott. That's quick reaction there from both players. Scott there again. Quick block from Reed and LeMaster. They're going to get Wildcat.
The net never moved. I don't know what that call was.
I don't know.
She might have stepped on the line. I'm not quite sure, though.
Yeah, they called it on LeMaster, so nevertheless, Sandhills point, they tie it 9-all. Tobias Scott couldn't get that one across. Sandhills back up by 1. As always, we like giving shout-outs to our viewers. I mean, we get Haley Franklin up here in the booth. Tiffany Scott's ever in. Might have to get our #1 fan up here. We always appreciate the Scott family tuning in. Flyers with it now. Falk tips it up. Reed digs it. And a pancake there. Tobias Scott winds one up. Gets it down the line off the tip for the Wildcats point.
Good rally there by both teams. Wildcats fortunate to get the side out.
Out of favor, checks in. Off the net. Good play there. Good eye. Short one from McCrimmon. Aaron's there that time. Played over this time by Scott. The Wildcats point.
What'd they call there, Haley?
So their setter, who's back row, jumped above the net, so that's illegal.
Diving attempt, running into the scoreboard. Look out. Public address announcer Chris Plano and Delicia Hicks over there.
Scoreboard operator Modesty Hall also in the line of fire.
Good swing there, just a little bit left. Demai Scott back to serve now, left side of your screen, sends that one across. Quick one from McCrimmon, too much on it. So back-to-back mishits there. Gives the Wildcats a 3-point lead.
Their biggest lead of this game. Been nip and tuck the whole way.
Trying to catch him off guard there, couldn't get it over the net from Campbell. And we're going to get another Sandhills timeout. We'll be back here in a minute. Wildcats leading the second set 15-11. All right, back here out of the Flyers timeout. Wildcats serve. Demai Scott back to send this one across. Wildcats leading the second set 15-11. They lead the match 1-0. Flyers get the point out of the timeout. Pages checks back in for Denman. Not the best set there from Reed. I'm sure she'll want that one back.
That one just drifted right over the net and out of play.
They look for favor. And Pages wanted none of it. Didn't have a chance to get her hands up.
Moana recovered with a perfect set, and Ayana able to put it away off of Pages.
Asia Felder to serve. Falk trying to answer. They look for favor again. Pages was ready that time. Diving attempt from Felder. Couldn't get it off the floor. So Haley, what happened on that play? I wasn't paying attention.
It looks like the up ref saw that the ball might have hit the antenna, called it out, so that it worked out in the Wildcats' favor.
That hit just a little bit long. Wildcats continuing to extend their lead midway through this second set. 18-13, 5-point lead now, their biggest of the game. Off the tape, good eye from Reed. And that's a kill from Falk. Middle of the floor, right between two Wildcats. Good placement. Maudlin back in the game now for the Flyers, who's been their best hitter tonight. McCrimmon to serve. Tanai Scott gets that one across.
Good coverage by Aaron.
Yep. Favor gets the kill. Wildcats pumped up after that one.
Favor will get the kill in the stat line, but Aaron's made that play happen with her coverage behind the block. So kudos to Emily.
Taylor Walker back in. Alana Reed back to serve. That serve too far ahead for Klontz. It'll be a Wildcats point.
Klontz kind of looked like the Jordan logo going for that one.
Why'd you gotta do him like that, Chuck? 2014 lead for the Wildcats. The block there that time. Flyers get it right back. Short hopper for Maudlin. Wildcats were ready. Walker winds one up, couldn't get it over. Two subs come in for the Flyers, number 7, Lau, and number 8, Jones. Short serve, and out of bounds.
Can't really afford that mistake there if you're Sandhills. You're now down 6 as the Wildcats are creeping closer to that 25-point mark.
Emily Oros checks in. She's back to serve now for the Wildcats. On the attack, that one wide again. Sandhill struggling to find their range here.
Some of these balls wouldn't be in the basketball court. They're way wide for the Flyers.
In the net, couldn't play it off in time from Lau. Wildcats now looking to close out this second set.
Flyers just can't seem to get it back into system.
Man,
So
struggling with their hitting.
Explain getting back into the system to us, Haley. What do you mean by that?
So serve receive starts with a great pass, and that's how you kind of work your system. So far, a lot of their passes have been behind the 10-foot line, and that's not necessarily something you want. And so they're not able to get their middles incorporated like they have been in the past off of a great pass.
And as Walker puts the second set away from a monster kill, Wildcats take a 2-0 lead in this one. We'll be back here in a few. Again, Wildcats up 2-0.
while we have a few moments here, a couple updates. Wildcats setter Moana Reed was named today the USAA Division II National Volleyball Setter of the Week. So congratulations to Moana for that. The power rankings for week 1 USAA also came out today. Wildcats are currently ranked number 2nd. The first coaches poll of the season will be out next week. So we'll look to see where the Wildcats are in that one, but pretty high up in the power rankings so far this season.
So both teams switch sides again. Wildcats now on the right side of your screen. Sandhills Flyers on the left side of your screen. Wildcats looking to close this one out for the sweep. They took the first 2 sets, winning the first set 25-22, and then the second set 25-15.
And Haley, Wildcats took the first 2 down in Pinehurst about a month ago and then dropped the next 2. So what do Wildcats have to do to avoid the letdown here?
You know, they're playing strong right now, so just keep moving, keep getting great passes. They've really put a block up and stopped number 17, Carly Maudlin, just to continue that and not relax.
So Felder gets this one started. And trying to get active again is Maudlin. Gets the first point there to start this third set for Sandhills.
You have to think that was a point of emphasis for Coach Riggin and their huddle between games is get Maudlin back involved. She really was a non-factor there in the second set, and I think it showed in the scoreline.
So Lau to serve. Quick tip from Reed. Got him again.
Well, not sure how that could surprise Sandhills. I saw that one coming from way up here.
Big Country back in for Aarons. Reed back to serve. Walker, Scott, and Favor manning that front row. Maudlin that time too far right.
Maudlin a much better line hitter than Angle.
They are feeding Maudlin 3 times in a row. And wow, nice placement there in the far corner.
That time the set was poor, but Maudlin able to adjust and pushed it all the way to the back corner for the kill.
If I were the Wildcats with her at the net, I'd be setting up on the left side of the court. That's all she hits to.
Well, you might want to get down there and tell him that, Haley. There's Maudlin again. But Maudlin, a player of that caliber, it's hard to keep quiet for an entire game. She's going to get hers. Clontz back to serve. Receive from Scott. They set Walker. Wow. Another booming kill from Big Country. Oro's checking in.
Big Country is really feeling that one.
Let's say Mama Walker in the crowd tonight. Taylor's putting on a show. This time across for Scott. Gets the point.
Oh, good serve by Oros.
Yeah.
Forced a bad pass and then miscommunication from the Flyers.
Two Flyers there that time. On the kill that time was Denman. McCrimmon set the check in. Maybe Williams back to serve. And 2 Wildcats there. It was Tanaya Scott and Taylor Walker. I'm not sure who got a hand on. I think it was Tanaya.
Reed shaking up, but she's okay, laughing it off. Tonight, I think that was the volleyball version of a finger roll in basketball.
Yeah.
Just kind of finger rolled it right over the net.
I don't even think she expected to do that.
And both of them were surprised. Like Walker and Taylor and Tanaya were just like, oh, that was a point. Oh, okay. And Denman again, another kill. It's been nip and tuck here. Had some good kills from both teams.
Denman kind of doing her best to keep Sandhills in it.
So Campbell now back to serve. Reed sets Walker. Too much on that one. Tied 6-all now in this third set. Again, Wildcats, if they take this one, they get the sweep. Like I talked about earlier, they were up 2-0 when this one was at Sandhills, and Sandhills came roaring back, forced a fifth set. They look to do the same here tonight. Reed sets Walker again. Walker's been hot all game. Cross court kill there. Aarons will check in for. Strong high five from Phillips. Aarons to serve. And freebie there for Sandhills. Number 4, Maya Sansenbaugh checking in for Sandhills, seeing her first action here tonight. And Sansenbaugh returns the favor. Gives a freebie right back to the Wildcats. Speaking of favor, Iona Favor checking into the game now to replace Oros. Right at the net, Favor, oh, Reed, excuse me. No chance for the Flyers on that one.
Perfect set off the overpass, and Moana knew what to do with that.
Her eyes were wide open. She knew it was there. Now looking to set Favor. The Wildcats point.
Wildcats able to get the free ball there and capitalize on it, which is what you got to do in a tight game like this.
Maya Scott with a good serve. Short set from McCrimmon. Gets the kill. That was a very quick set. I mean, I think the ball might have still been on her hand when she hit it. If you want to use your basketball term, Tanai Scott had the finger roll. That might have been a alley-oop for the dunk. With the Maudlin trying to stay hot. Maudlin and Denman so far doing the heavy lifting in this third set for the Flyers. And can they keep it alive? The play from Scott, she does. Chasing it down the line. Favor was ready for it. Short hopper for LeMaster. Gets the kill. I believe that's her second of the night. Felder's going to check in.
Big kill for LeMaster to keep the Wildcats ahead in this one.
Williams has to play it over just across the net. Short hopper from Maudlin. Tanaya Scott was there, but it falls out of bounds for the Flyers point. We got ourselves an entertaining third set here. What have you seen so far, Haley?
I've seen a lot of great movement on our Wildcat side. The Flyers are scrambling, but they seem to be gaining a little bit more momentum with Carly Maudlin in the front row, leading the way for them. The Wildcats really just need to pick it up and defend her at the net.
Haley, I feel like pick it up is your theme. Be a good license plate. Felder from the back row. Reed sets favor off the block, falls in. Wildcats point.
Ayana definitely picked it up there. Hit that one off the block and out of bounds for the kill.
Taylor Walker back in for Aarons. Walker's had a great third set here. Good overall game so far. Reed sends that serve across. Walker pushed that one into the net. Denman back in. So Denman and Modlin both on the floor now for Sandhills. It'll be Klontz to serve. And she hits the line judge for the Wildcats point. Oros checks in for favor.
Line judge wearing a white shirt, not a white jersey. Important distinction there.
Right, the net. Oros and Scott kind of both in each other's way, had to avoid any collision, so Sandhills will get the point. Scott reaches back for that one. Sandhills with it now, gets it over the block. Big Country again. Big Country having herself a game.
That was a great swing by Walker. She's really coming out strong and getting those points when we really need her to.
Got to give a call to Oros for being Johnny on the spot after Reed took the first ball, so she was out. Riley gave her a good set. Taylor able to put it away.
I think they're going back this time to Scott. Short one from McCrimmon. Going to get Wildcat in the net. That'll be Demai Scott. Tonight, Scott's going to check in for Eason. Campbell and Falk check in. It'll be Campbell back to serve. Tie 14-all here in this third set. Scott has to play it over. Sandhills with it now. Short one from McCrimmon. Same idea there, and they get the kill. Diving for it was Reed. Couldn't get to it in time. Sandhill now with the lead. Got a wet spot on the floor. We're going to get a towel out there. Moana Reed.
While we have a moment, we'll remind everyone that we're on the air tomorrow night, 6:55 for women's soccer. Wildcats playing host to the Tornadoes of Brevard College, North Carolina Sportsplex.
The Tornadoes. Are we expecting high winds tomorrow there at the North Carolina Sportsplex?
So.
That's a point there for Sandhills. Reed slow to get up.
I think it'll be another steamy evening out at the old Sportsplex.
Another wet spot on the floor. Reed definitely getting her janitorial skills in use today. So Sandhills now with a 2-point lead, biggest lead of the set, I believe by any team. And they give the Wildcats a freebie. Aarons checks in for Walker. She'll be back to serve. Short one from McCrimmon, but LeMaster was right there. Demai Scott rises up. On the attack, off the block. Right back to the Flyers. They'll try again. Reed. Off the block again. Diving for it was Aarons. Couldn't get to it in time. Excuse me, that was Oros diving for it.
That was great coverage by the Flyers. They're really picking up different balls at the net, scrambling, and ultimately they were able to capitalize on it and get a point out of it.
So what I'm hearing, Haley, is the Wildcats need to pick it up now.
The Wildcats
Always.
threw the kitchen sink of Sandhills that time, and they were equal to the challenge.
Lemaster, and hesitation from the line judge. They call it out, though.
I think that was the right call. It was just a touch long.
Sonsenball plays that one in. No Wildcats there. And we're going to get a Wildcat timeout with Sandhills now up by 4, looking to force a forced set and stay alive in this one. We'll be right back in a minute. So we're back here out of the Wildcats timeout. Sonsenball to serve for the Flyers. And out of the timeout, sends that one long, gives the Wildcats a freebie, a much-needed freebie. Found themselves down by 4. Need everything they can get to crawl back into this one. On a Favor checks in. So in the front row right now for the Wildcats, they got Lemaster, Reed, and Favor just crossing the net. Good eye there from Campbell, plays it over. Reed sets Favor. Now Clontz with it. Aaron's there for the Wildcats. Lemaster puts it down. Demai Scott back to serve. Clontz has to play that one over. Go back to Lemaster, flying in on the attack. Flyers, good job getting back. They look now for Favor. Favor tried to put that one away. Missed time to jump just a little bit.
I think Ayana's eyes got a little too big on that one.
Looked like it was going to be a replay of point 22 of the national championship last
Yeah.
year.
And, ooh, not the best serve there from McCrimmon. Another freebie for the Wildcats. That's 2. That the Wildcats will gladly appreciate taking, as they now down by 2. 20-18, Sandhills still with the lead in this third set. Clontz off the block. Felder there in the back row. Favor again. This time makes up for it. Gets the team pumped up that time. And now we're going to flip it. It'll be a Sandhills timeout. Nearing the close of this third set. We'll be back here in a minute. Stick around for this one. It's going to be a good one. So it'll be Wildcats serve out of the Sandhills timeout. They're down by 1. Felder to serve. It's been a great third set here. Wildcats looking to close this one out on home court. Tanaya Scott on the attack. Flyers with it now. Maudlin looking for the back corner. Felder was there. Go across to Klontz. Just across the net. Gets the kill.
Looks like the Flyers are really trying to get Maudlin back in to gain some momentum here and try to get this third set. The Wildcats really need to, pick up the balls.
Lau back to serve. Jones just checked in. And Wildcats will take that freebie. That's 3. If they end up losing this set, you look at those 3 freebies right there if you're the coach for Sandhills.
Crucial errors there for Sandhills in a tight game like this.
Milana Reed now to serve for the Wildcats. Plays at middle. Williams is there. Maudlin. Favor. Diving for it into the stands. Flyers point. 3-point lead.
Coach Phillips has a quick word with Demaya Scott.
Excuse me, Wildcats only up by 2. Tanaya Scott, though, brings it within 1. Emily Oros checks in for Favor.
Hadn't heard from Tanaya in a while, so it was about time for her to make her presence felt. She does.
They look for Maudlin. Tanaya Scott got a piece of it. They go to Walker's, had the hot hand. She still does. Wildcats tie it up. Wildcats are fired up. Sandhills isn't out of it yet. They're still pumped on their sideline. They just got to gather themselves, focus here, and they can force a fourth set. And if you're the Wildcats, just got to keep playing hard, man.
A lot of, Haley made mention of the Wildcat bench not being very into it earlier. They're definitely into it now. And I think that energy is transferring out onto the court for the Wildcats as they've hung around and now come back to tie this one here. What are we looking for in these last 3 or 4 points here, Haley?
Just making those key plays. The hot hand tonight has been Taylor Walker and Demaya Scott for the Wildcats, but Tanaya Scott has made her presence known on the court late in this third set. Riley is back to serve, so I look for an aggressive serve from her and hopefully keeping the Flyers scrambling and finishing out this third set.
Yeah, Tanaya Scott really closed out the home opener here at the Wildcat Center. She took over that third set nearing the end. Wildcats don't get the point there. Sandhills now up by 1. Williams now back to serve. Maudlin not on the floor now for the Flyers. Tanaya Scott off the block. Williams is there. Flyers with it now. Denman on the attack. Off from the back row. Felder got to it in time. 3 Sandhills players there, and they get it over. Off the tape. Reed gets the kill. Lemaster checking in for Felder. Eason in for Scott. I have a feeling this one won't stop at 25.
We're heading in that direction, that's for sure.
And I don't mind more volleyball in this one. It's very entertaining. They go across Demaya Scott.
Coach Regan screaming for 4 hits.
That is a big call. I don't believe it went over the net either.
I kind of think she has a argument there, but Wildcats get the point, and now it is match point.
That's a huge call there. Campbell checking in.
Play happened right in front of the official.
So Tiana Eason, match point opportunity here for the Wildcats. McCrimmon painting the line. They stay alive. Tonight, Scott back in. Falk in as well for Sandhills. Campbell now back to serve. Nice serve from Campbell. Reed sets Walker. With the block was McCrimmon. Sends it right back to Walker. And now it's a set point opportunity coming up for Sandhills. We'll get a Wildcat timeout and be back here in a minute.
All right, we're back. Game point for Sandhills, 25-24 in the third. Wildcats up 2-0.
So this is set point opportunity here for Sandhills on the attack. Klontz gets it over. Reed runs to set Walker. Couldn't get enough on that one. Wildcats with it again. Go to LeMaster, puts it down. Ties it back up 25-all. Aaron's checking in for Walker.
Kind of a late arriving crowd for this one, a 6 p.m. start, but they're feeling it now. It's starting to get loud here in the Wildcat Center. Fans are trying to push the Wildcats a victory.
That one out of bounds. Wildcats point. Another match point opportunity coming up here for Johnson and Wales. Aaron's to serve. And did she touch it? Oh, they say she did. Wildcats will take this one. 3-set sweep over Sandhills. Coach Riggin can't believe it. You're not seeing much argument from Williams. So really 2 crucial calls there nearing the end of that third set. But hellacious effort from both teams in this third set. Wildcats happen to come out on top.
So Wildcats pick up their 10th win of the season, improve to 10-3. Sandhills falls to 7-9 on the season. And I'll just about wrap it up from here. Haley, any parting thoughts on this one?
That was a great game. That was 3 close matches, and I look forward to seeing the Wildcats move forward for the rest of the season.
I like it.
I'll say a valuable lesson learned. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Wildcats had a terrible start, but how they finished was damn near perfect.
You're right, Kelly. And on that note, for the voice of the Wildcats, Kelly Turner, the furious one, Haley Franklin, I'm Chuck Charles signing off. We will see you tomorrow night for women's soccer, 7 o'clock versus Brevard.